Yo, what is good, YouTube? It's been a fucking minute. It's been a few weeks actually. Apologize for my absence. I know you're probably getting tired of hearing that from me, but just had a lot going on in my personal life lately, and just trying to get my head on straight. And I have family in town visiting this weekend, so just busy altogether. But figured today's a big day for us wrestling fans, and I wanted to come on and make my quick prediction video for SummerSlam. But first, obviously, there's been, the biggest news in the, WWE in probably the last 10 years at least. Vince McMahon retiring last week. I think it was Friday last week, yeah. Uh, Amid, all these hush money allegations, the scandal that's going on with him, and they're being investigated and all that, he decided, I guess, to step back and finally say that's enough is enough. I never thought I'd live to see the day, to be honest. And this is something wrestling fans have been praying for, dreaming about for a long time now. And I just can't believe it's finally happened. And Triple H is has taken full control of creative. He's taken over for creative, full control. It was rumored that Bruce Pritchard was going to be the new lead, but that quickly got debunked within a day or so. And Triple H is assuming all responsibilities. Talent, he's EVP of Talent Relations. Uh, he's the head of creative now, and I'm sure rumors now are that the rest of Vince's fucking clowns, Bucky Beaver, Kevin Dunn, and Bruce Pritchard, are hopefully going to be on their way out soon. If one of those two is going to stick around, maybe be Pritchard, because, he's a little more respectable than fucking Kevin Dunn, who should have been gone years ago. But, yeah, I honestly can't tell you how excited. This is the first time I've felt genuinely excited and optimistic for WWE's creative direction. They're just an overall product in fucking at least 10 years. And I just read yesterday that Triple H is the current NXT 2.0. I still watch it because I love NXT, but it's almost, it's very, very bad. Not very bad, but it's just not close to what it used to be. Read a report yesterday that NXT is going to be somewhat reshaped into Triple H's old NXT, black and gold. So it's not going to be like a complete, full 100% makeover, everything back black and gold, but there are reports that it's going to be some changes are coming, and it's going to be look somewhat like Triple H's original vision for NXT, which I am just so fucking pumped right now, honestly. So yeah, for those of you who've been living under a rock, this is courtesy of the New York Post right here. This is July 29th, so this was yesterday actually. Former World Wrestling Entertainment CEO Vince McMahon left the company with a fortune of $3.4 billion after he retired last week amid a sexual harassment scandal that involved millions of dollars in hush money payments, according to reports. In addition to retiring as a multi-billionaire, McMahon still holds voting control in the wrestling entertainment company, Bloomberg reported. McMahon also remains WWE's largest shareholder with a 32% stake in the company. That shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone. He's gone, but he's still, it was his baby. He has power in all of these aspects of the fucking company. So, the WWE revealed on Monday that McMahon paid $14.6 million in hush money to several women who alleged sexual misconduct between the years of 2006 and 2022. So that's not good. I mean, that's 16 years. Like, it's a lot of women have worked for him in that time. So it almost makes you wonder who these the divas were. That's they were called back then, or the women now. If it's happened even recently in the last 2 to 3 years, which wouldn't surprise me. Listen, this doesn't surprise me at all. Vince McMahon portrayed a low-key he portrayed a power-hungry scumbag boss, alpha male on WWE, WWF television back in the day in the early 2000s. He had Trish Stratus walking around the ring on all fours, crawling around the ring on all fours, barking like a dog in her bra and panties, for God's sakes. I'm sure reality wasn't that far off the mark. I've heard some names, maybe Joy Giovanni back, but she wasn't even with the company still by 2006. So I'm wondering who. I'm sure some names will come out. I mean, shit always does, but that's 16 years of Vince being a fucking creep. Jesus. Anyway, continuing in SEC filing, the company said that the multi-million-dollar payments were classified as unrecorded expenses, and said it plans to restate its finances to reflect the expenditures. So unrecorded expenses. So basically, all the payments were either made or will be made by McMahon, the WWE said in the filing. So he literally paid $14.6 million in company money to these women and recorded it as unrecorded expenses. Sorry, I'm a little baked. Yada yada yada. McMahon 76. Talking about Stephanie as interim GO. So yeah, the Wall Street Journal first reported the investigation began after the WWE was tipped off that the CEO had paid a former employee $3 million to keep quiet about their affair. According to an email obtained by the outlet, McMahon hired the woman as a paralegal. Right, this is what we first heard about, to a $100,000 salary and doubled it after the affair began. What a fucking old dog. Jesus. The report said McMahon paid as much as $12 million to $4 million over $12 million to four women, excuse me, over at least 16 years. One of the accusers is a former wrestler who claimed in 2018 that years earlier McMahon had coerced her into oral sex before he demoted her when she ended the relationship. Wow, it doesn't surprise me at all. Vince, hey, you want to be up on the card? Want to move out from the basement, the jobber status? You want to be at least on the mid card? All right, get on your knees. I mean, it's fucked up that happens, and I'm sure a lot of other male bosses all over the country and the world do this to their women employees, and it's fucked up and it's not right. But this doesn't surprise me at all that he did this, and the fact that it's all coming to light now. Honestly, this guy deserves all of it. I don't feel sorry for him one bit. So it says McMahon's retirement has led to some speculation WWE may be up for sale, but the future of the company and McMahon's future involvement is uncertain. That was yesterday, courtesy of the New York Post. So yeah. So with all that, coming out to light, Vince has stepped back. Triple H is in full control now. That being said, Raw from the Garden Monday night, apparently it was written by Vince last week, but you could tell there were a couple little things that were different about the show, especially the way it opened with Miz and Logan Paul brawling, and just certain like camera angles and just little things and stuff like that. You could tell had Triple H's hands on it. And then I didn't get a chance to watch SmackDown last night. I was at dinner with some family, so I didn't chance to see the show, but I just followed on my Facebook pages, social media, like I always do, keep me updated and shit. That's the thing. I mostly don't really watch Raw and SmackDown. I'll watch NXT. I'll watch like Dynamite and stuff, and then I'll watch pay-per-views because that's where all the good shit happens. But I can't sit through Raw these days. But that's hopefully that fucking changes now that Triple H is in charge. So apparently, his plans, are probably going to go into effect the Monday Raw after SummerSlam, in a couple days, and then from there on. So you'll probably start to slowly see changes. You probably by the fall, October, November, you'll start to see some serious, improvements in the product. And I can't fucking wait. Hopefully, TV 14 is coming soon. And also, what I read is that Triple H said he would absolutely be open, and he wants to make a big creative splash at SummerSlam, but only if it makes sense storyline wise. So not just do it for the sake of doing it, which I love it, because that last thing he said, to do it just for the sake of doing it, is something fucking Vince would do. No reason whatsoever, no continuity in any storyline or whatever. Just do something for the sake of getting a pop, and then it, fucking whatever happens just isn't mentioned the next day on Raw or any other programming. So like we have short attention spans, but I know Triple H, he wants input from everyone. That's another thing I read, that he wants input from the talent, the producers, anyone who's going to be working with him, so we can give the fans what they want. I love it. Thank you, Hunter, Paul, whatever. Triple H, the fucking man, the king of kings, saving us. I can't wait to see. I just hope he, his health, I with his heart and all that. I hope this isn't going to be too much stress on him, but I'm sure he's going to have a bunch of support, a big support team to help it best they can. Make sure he doesn't overwork himself. But yeah, I'm fucking pumped. So I'm honestly really pumped for SummerSlam tonight. I'm going out to dinner. My mom is visiting from out of town, so I'm pretty occupied my nights for the weekend. So I'll be going out to dinner with her later tonight. So I'll be missing a good portion of SummerSlam, if not all of it, live. So I mean, luckily Peacock uploads it the second after it finishes. So I'll be watching it late Saturday night. I'll be watching it late tonight when I get back. So probably a few beers deep and whatnot. Light something up, watch that shit later. It's gonna be a night. Fucking MLB The Show started playing on my PlayStation and TV. So yeah, I won't be able to probably watch that till later. Unfortunately, I do love these Saturday pay-per-views though, so I can afford. I can actually stay up late and not have to worry about being dead for work the next day. But yeah, should be an awesome show tonight, coming from Nissan Stadium, and it's where the Tennessee Titans play in Nashville, Tennessee. I'm curious to see how many people they're actually going to have there. I mean, it's like a 60 or 70,000 seat stadium, I think. So, uh, yeah. So I'm just pulling up the card here. So the card isn't like the best. I mean, the match I was looking forward to the most, Seth Rollins versus Riddle, is fucking Matt Riddle is now off the card. They apparently are saving it for Clash of Champions, and Riddle's not actually hurt. It's storyline. He here suffered a neck injury of stomps on Raw, but so Rollins now doesn't have an opponent tonight. It's just like WrestleMania. It's gonna be like Rollins in the ring, another freaking like mystery opponent, just like WrestleMania with Cody and whatnot. But there's a lot of names floating around on who his opponent could be. Well, before I get to that, just gonna run down the card here real quick. Logan Paul versus The Miz should be entertaining. Logan Paul was impressive at WrestleMania. I just don't think he works as a face. They're trying really hard to get the crowd behind him, but he just gets booed a lot. But anyways, I liked their brawl opening Raw Monday. That was cool shit. Um, yeah, I think Logan Paul will win this. He signed a WWE contract, but he's obviously just going to be doing the big shows and whatnot, and occasional Raw or Smackdowns. So Logan Paul win. Pat McAfee versus Happy Corbin. McAfee will win this. Pat McAfee is fucking great. Dude cares about the business. He's a fan. He's can work in the ring. His matches have been great and they're entertaining. He's better. There's more charisma than half of the fucking roster. He can cut better promos than them too. So yeah, I picked Pat to win that. Then we have a no disqualification match. The Mysterios versus Judgment Day. This should be interesting to see if Dom turns on Dad on Ray. Was kind of expecting it for their celebration for Ray's career, his 20th anniversary in WWE from the Garden on Raw Monday. So emotionally, he's talking about Eddie. Um, so I thought Dominic would turn on him then, but they might be saving it for tonight. Could see Edge return, possibly with someone else, maybe just by himself. Who knows? Lots of possibilities tonight. That's there. I've read there might be a couple changes tonight to the script or whatever, because Triple H wants to shake things up a little bit. So, I think the Judgment Day is gonna win, and because they need some like a statement win, and something's gonna happen, and some fuckery's gonna happen in this match. The end of the match. They have a United States Championship match: Bobby Lashley versus defending against Austin Theory. Uh, I think Lashley will retain. I like that they're continuing this. Like after Theory lost the title, won Money in the Bank, he's like, hey, you know what? I still want my U.S. title back. I like that the mid card titles like have two quality champions right now. Lashley with the U.S. title and Gunther, Walter, whatever you want to call him, on SmackDown with the Intercontinental title. So yeah, I would love to see uh, those two have a nice reigns as champions. But this should be a decent match. They didn't have that bad of a match at for Money in the Bank. I think Lashley will retain. His theory he's going to move on to bigger things with the Money in the Bank contract. Should be a decent match. And we have probably the match I'm looking forward to the most now since Riddle and Seth's not happening. The WWE Tag Team Championship match with Jeff Jarrett as a special guest referee, which, by the way, I saw the super kick he took last night. That was fucking amazing selling by Double J. It's 55, I think, and he looks great, honestly. Full head of hair, he's got the guns. He looks like he could go still, honestly. I'd love to see him as like a GM on Raw or SmackDown, to be honest. This should be an awesome match. Their match at Money in the Bank was the best tag team match that WWE's had on the main roster, at least in many years, in my opinion. I think tonight's the night the Profits finally fucking win the gold, even though they're silver. Change those tag titles, please. Uh, the belts are silver, for God's sakes. Geez, Crayola titles. Get that shit out of here. I would take the original WWE Tag Team titles that Bret Hart introduced that were like fucking copper or whatever, but they at least had black straps and looked better than these titles. So I think the Street Profits are going to win. So Jeff Jarrett, he might get payback at it was Jey Uso super kicked him last night by accident. So we'll see what happens. I think there'll be some fuckery at the end of this, but I think the Street Profits are finally going to win the titles. Then we have the SmackDown Women's Championship match. Liv Morgan defending against Ronda Rousey. I hope Liv retains. The crowd, she's so over right now, and she deserved that championship win of Money in the Bank. She deserves to have a nice title reign. Yeah, I don't want to see Ronda win the title back already. I mean, you got to let some of these other young talent shine. And now that Triple H is in charge, I hope that booking decisions change. If it was going to be Ronda winning, hopefully he's like, nah, Liv. She's an NXT product. She's going to fucking retain. We'll see what happens. I'm not really expecting like anything blockbuster from this match, but we'll see what happens. Liv has improved a lot. Ronda's very good in the ring. No one's doubting Ronda's, hasn't acclimated well to the WWE ring style, but her promos are just tough to listen to. So I think Liv's gonna retain, and honestly, that's just me wishfully thinking, hoping, because that's my girl right there. So yeah, Liv to retain. We have the Raw Women's Title match. I'm not looking forward to this fucking match at all. Becky versus Bianca for like the third fucking time or whatever. I don't even know if Becky got into this match. I wanted to see her and Asuka keep their rivalry going. Becky just needs to go away, like out of the title picture. She needs to eat something too. I like Bianca as champion. I just think she needs to tone it down a little with she's doing that shit to the ring and stuff, and like she's like doing everything way too fast, and she needs to like tone her promos down too and learn how to like breathe in between lines and like not try to get everything you're trying to say out at once. But I do like Bianca. I'm happy she's having a title reign. She's good in the ring. I think Bianca's going to retain. They're not going to put the title back on Becky. This is when Becky came back at Summerslam last year and beat her in 20 seconds for the Smackdown Women's title, or even closer. Whatever. Bianca to win. Maybe a new woman debuts or comes from NXT or something happens. I don't know. One of the women's matches, maybe Bayley returns. Also, rumors that Triple H is gonna try to reconcile with Sasha and Naomi, and that doesn't surprise me at all because they're both NXT girls, and he obviously has a lot of respect for Sasha, and he likes her a lot, and I'm sure she likes him, and I could see her coming back absolutely with Triple H in charge now. And that's another thing. A lot of people apparently said that they're thinking about, if this had happened sooner, they would have re-signed or they'd still be with the company. So a lot of things are happening right now. I could see Cross coming back with Scarlett. I could see a couple others coming back. Maybe some AEW defectors when their contract's up say, hey, Triple H is in charge. I don't really like this overcrowded roster that Tony Khan's built. It's very exciting to be a pro wrestling fan right now. Then next main event for the final time, supposedly that's what they're telling us. WWE Undisputed Universal Championship match, last man standing, Brock versus Roman. Again, this has to be the 5th or 6th time. Roman defending. This is his 700th day as champion today, I think, too. I'm not a fan of the guy at all. I still think he's very boring. I think he's very limited and basic in the ring, but I will give credit where credit's due. He's been a very good heel. He's got the look. He's got the whole aura around him. The bloodline. His entrance music is not bad. It's a lot better than that Shield shit. I just don't. He doesn't do it for me. He's not a needle mover for me. He never has been. I don't think he ever will be. But he's done a decent job as champion. I'll give it to him. So, I think Roman's gonna retain, but I think some fuckery will happen in this too. It's the main event. Someone returning, or debuting. Who knows? Theory cashing in. We'll see. But I think these guys are gonna beat the hell out of each other. Last man standing. Their matches are always physical and hard hitting. Their best one to me was at WrestleMania 31 when Seth cashed in at the end. But I think Roman's gonna retain. Usos will probably get involved. So maybe Paul Heyman turns on Roman, or I don't know. There's something's gonna happen. Some fuckery theory after the match, and then Seth Rollins, who apparently he tweeted, sorry anyone bought a ticket. So you can't see me perform tonight. One day they'll hear you, like whatever. And Triple H was like, I hear you, and that's his boy. So he's obviously Seth's gonna have a match tonight. His opponent, who the hell knows? It could be Randy Orton. I'm not sure if he's ready to come back and compete yet. I know he had some nagging injuries. I love Randy. He's like my favorite current superstar of all time. But I wouldn't be upset if he came back. But at the same time, I want to see like a surprise, like maybe Edge returns for that, or maybe Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. I would fucking love it. NXT, Triple H, another one of his boys. If the Fiend returned, oh my fucking god, I would lose it. If the Fiend or Johnny Wrestling, I will mark out harder than maybe when even Cody returned. And that was pretty fucking hard. Check out that video on my channel, by the way. So yeah, so Seth, he's gonna face someone, mystery opponent. I don't know who. I might picking. It's just wishful thinking. I probably won't even be close to that. But the Fiend or Johnny Gargano. I really hope it is, and whoever it is will beat Seth in that match. So this Riddle versus Seth was gonna be a banger. So that'll be a banger. Clash at the Castle. Anyway. I gotta get moving. So sorry if I seem like I'm trying to speed things up here at the end. Over 20 minutes, damn, but I had a lot to get off my chest. So yeah, Seth versus the mystery opponent. I really am excited for tonight's show. See who that is. See what happens in all the matches. Pre-show starts at 7 on YouTube, Facebook, all that social media stuff. And 8 o'clock main card, first bell, whatever you want to call it. Nissan Stadium, Nashville, Tennessee. I wonder how hot it's going to be down there today. I suspect they probably have close to 40,000 there, which, hey, it's not a knock if it's not sold out. It's a lot of fucking people. So, SummerSlam, second biggest pay-per-view of the year. So, I wasn't excited about this card at all before the Vince McMahon news, but now that Vince is retired and Triple H is in charge, oh, baby, I am very much looking forward to tonight. So, guys, let me know your comments, thoughts on everything, the Vince story, which I'll be back to talk more about in another video. More Triple H stuff too. I'm going to be, after this weekend, my family leaves out of town or whatever, I'm going to start feeling a little better these days. So get my shit together and start getting back to doing this stuff because I love talking about wrestling with all you guys. So yeah, let me know what you think's going to happen tonight and any surprises or returns or whatever. I have a feeling Bayley's going to return, honestly. It's been a long time, and she hasn't been back in front of the live crowd, so she's going to get a huge pop. I could see something happen in that SmackDown Women's title match. So, or if Sasha return, Mike. There's so many possibilities tonight. So, yeah. Looks like a decent card, honestly. It's going to be a fun show. Always is. SummerSlam always is. Let me know what you think's going to happen, guys. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy SummerSlam. And I'll see you later tonight or tomorrow for my, probably tomorrow since I won't be able to watch it live for my review and it'll be really late by the time I finish it tonight. So, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow for my review at some point. So enjoy the show tonight, guys. I'm out. Peace.